started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here.
Hi, it's Scola and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be exploring one of my favourite places here on this planet, so let's get into it. Okay guys, get back. Sorry about that, got a bit overexcited, okay? So I've been wanting to do a room tour since like the beginning of YouTube basically. I remember when room tours first got in, it was very much a beauty guru thing, and I always felt kind of insecure making a room tour video because my room wasn't like this 5-star hotel replica. I love those really super duper luscious rooms. I also love watching room tours where it's just really personal and you can tell that person really put their personality into their room. This is pretty emotional for me and I want to talk about this a little bit because my room means a lot to me. So pretty much throughout my whole teens I was sharing my room with my sister. So the room you guys probably originally saw here on YouTube, that's the one. And I'm not gonna lie, it was difficult. When you're growing up, it's really nice to have your own space. Everybody has something they really want, and having my own room was one of those things. So my family went through pretty tough times, and so we had to kind of downsize into a flat. That whole time I would literally pray every single day to have my own room. It was just the one thing I really wanted, and that's why I get really emotional about having my own room now, because it's something that I just feel so blessed to have, because I'm sure there's lots of you guys watching that don't have your own room, and there are lots of people in this world that don't even have a roof over their heads. That's why my room means so much to me. And if you're watching this, mum and dad, thank you so much for how hard you worked throughout the years to give me everything I've always ever wanted, because I really appreciate it and I really love having my own little room here. It's just, I'm tearing up. This is so weird. To most people who've always had their own room and their own space, this must seem so weird and bizarre, but this is something that always really meant a lot to me. I think I need to stop getting emotional and just get into... So the first area I'm going to show you is the area you guys usually see behind me in videos, and this is my bookcase. So on this little bookcase I have these little tea lights that I got from Disneyland, and I love that trip to Disneyland because my sister actually took me there after my A-levels. It was a little gift. Next up behind that I have this little quote, dream. So this is one of my favourite quotes for like a solid year. I felt like it just reminded me not to give up and not to feel like anything was impossible and just to keep dreaming. And then there's this little lamp that my mum got me for one of my birthdays, and I really like it and I'm never ever gonna get rid of it because I just love how beautiful and pretty it is. And then next up is this little goblet, like large wine glass, that one of my best friends George got me. And the thing about George is he always forgets to get me presents, so I feel like he just walked in and saw this and I was like, yeah, alright, I'll get it for her. But it turned out that I actually really liked it and it really does go with my room very well, so thank you, George, even though I know you probably forgot to get me a present. You guys always ask me about the books that I have on my bookcase, and I think I've made a few videos on it, but just to quickly run through. So one of my favourite book series has to be the Georgia Nicholson series by Louise Renison, and currently I'm reading this book called Meet Me in Manhattan, and I haven't really gotten through it very fast simply because it's set at Christmas time, and I don't know about you guys, but I can't read anything about Christmas time if it is not Christmas time, so that's why I've been getting through that so slowly. Next to my bed I always have a bottle of water because hydration is so important, and right beside my bed I like to keep my medication that I have to take every single day for the rest of my life, which absolutely sucks. But if you guys know, this year I recently got diagnosed with hypothyroidism, which kind of sucks, but I'm getting on with it, and these little pills have helped change my life absolutely completely. Next to that is this like CD case that I got, and right there I have the Sherlock box set my sister got me randomly because she's lovely. And then I have this little elephant which one of my best friends Meg got for me. I absolutely love her to bits. And then I have all of my favourite cringy DVDs right here. Now moving on to this little corner that I have, and this little box that says Keep It Sassy has all of my most fond memories in there. I have this little drum that I got from Zimbabwe years ago. Onto my windowsill. So my windowsill I had this little piggy bank that my mum got me, and then there's this little chicken which was also from George, and again this was a present where he forgot to get me a present and he got me a bloody chicken, and it has no reference to me whatsoever. He just walked in and got a chicken. But inside it are these little eggs, and this is one of my favourite memories. Basically I told my best friend Meg, who's a lot better at presents if you haven't noticed, but I told her that I'd never ever been on an egg hunt, like an Easter egg hunt. So at Easter she organised the funnest Easter egg hunt, and I just Meg, if you're watching this, I love you. Next to that is this little jar that I got from a subscriber, and it's just filled with lots of inspirational quotes. So that was from Leah. So if you're watching this, Leah, thank you. I love reading all the little quotes every day. So this is a very rare picture of my whole family together. You guys probably haven't really seen my dad before, but that's my dad. And Dad, if you're watching this, I really miss you, and I wish you didn't work as much so that we'd get to hang out more. I want to say thank you for working hard, because I wouldn't have this room if you weren't working so hard, but also please remember to take breaks. Now moving on to my office. So this is where I get most of my work done, and then there's this little cute picture of me and my sister on my 4th birthday back in Zimbabwe when we still lived there. And then we have my bed where not really much magic happens at all. And I was about to say unfortunately. I'm not allowed to say that. I can't say that. That is so inappropriate. Sorry Mum if you're watching. Sorry anyone who's watching. I'm kidding. It was a joke. I feel so awkward now. Whew. Okay, here's my bed, alright? I like my bed, super comfy. I like to have a slightly bigger bed, like maybe a 3/4 one or something, but basically I chose space over a bigger bed because I do a lot of stuff in my room, like filming and just working in my room, so I prefer to have more floor space than a bigger bed. And so that is pretty much my favorite place on earth. I spend an obscene amount of time in my room, and I love it. And actually, now that I think about it, not many people have been in my room. I don't know why actually, so if you ever get the chance to hang out in my room, it must mean that you're pretty top notch. So I hope you found this interesting, you got to find out a little bit more about me, and yeah, I'm just really thankful for this little space that I have, and it's nice. So yeah. Anyway guys, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you click that subscribe button, but stay happy, stay luscious, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye! Regularly as possible. If you don't know what my Snapchat is, it's just Scola Dondo.
How long have you been in the UK for?
I forgot my speaker was on, so I actually thought someone was behind me. I was like...